Once again, I'd like to say welcome to another edition of the program, um, The Bottom Line Liberia. And the Bottom Line Liberia discusses issues about Liberia, about Liberians. And um, with me tonight is, as usual, my co panelist, Paul Chirope. And today is Tuesday, the 22nd of March. And we do come your way every Tuesday and Friday, though. So today is the 22nd of March, and the next time we'll be coming your way will be Friday, coming Friday. But it's been a long weekend, Paul, since we were here last Friday. Has anything new happened from your end?
Well, good evening, Linford, and good evening to our listening audience. Good evening or good afternoon, good morning to whatever our followers are. Yeah, well, since the last time, yeah, just basically in the UK, there have been a lot of bad things happening. Toddler were murdered by people terror. Family dog ate the little baby.
Oh,
So those sort of news is not good, and the situation is also getting worse in my former city that I studied in Kiev in the Ukraine. So apart from that, yeah, the Liberian cycle too. There are a lot of up ups and downs been going on. So yeah, and how your end?
well, from my end, we woke up. Uh, when was that? I think over the weekend or Friday, and we woke up to the news that um, a U.S. military aircraft that was on routine training here in Norway
Yeah,
actually did crashed, and all survivors, all occupants on board, did not make it, and so
wow.
that was a tragic thing that happened here. And but apart from that, everything else is good. Weather-wise, we had something like snow this morning, but especially where I live. There will
Hmm.
always be the little shower of snow, but when the sun came, it wiped it out. So we can see the grounds now. So it's like we are having some hope for summer. No, sorry, not summer yet.
Good spring.
Spring. Yeah,
Yeah.
spring. No, what can we looking forward to so badly is the summer because that's the biggest one that comes with events. But other than that, everything is fine. And I'd like to officially welcome you, and then we can start some discussions. And like I said, those of you just joining us, this is the program, The Bottom Line, will come your way every Tuesday and Friday, right here. And so you can begin to share the video to your friends and invite as many people as you can, so that we'll all have good conversations tonight. And tonight, uh, the topic is broad: political maneuverings in Liberia, how people maneuver politics in Liberia or maneuver the people involved in politics, like the voters and the citizens as a whole. So Paul and I will be trying tonight to when we say tonight, because here in Europe we are in the night. So for those of you in the US, it's in the afternoon to you, and if you are in Asia, I guess it's early morning to you. So, but like I said, we're going to be talking about political maneuvers or maneuverings in Liberia, how people, play with people politically. Um, Paul, I always like to throw it to you because, it's like I want to know why you've been observing. This is a week, the week last week ended, and now we enter a new week yesterday, and we've come thus far 2 days or 3 days in the week because it will come from Sunday, then today's a Thursday in the week. So,
Yeah.
politically, what have you observed?
Well, I just want to say this: the drama continue in Liberia, and what happened is where the election is getting closer, so there'll be drama every day.
Hmm.
There'll be people moving here and there. there'll be disappointment, and there'll be a happiness on the other side. And so those are the situations we're facing with now. We're getting closer to that big day. So as we get closer, the word you maneuvering is now the key. People are actually positioning themselves in all aspects. I mean, I heard that there's another guy last week who is aspiring that want to put air condition in every home. So that's interesting times in Liberia. And this guy coming and he's telling people how he's gonna do that. So
Mm,
before October this year, we found out that there'll be over 20% running again. It's Liberia, so this sort of thing. And then going back, you have the Julius Caesar story. People will be putting left each other back. So that's the situation we should all face. And it's happening. It's like a book now. The book is opening up. So we start seeing the pictures of how it's going to play all this. So the script writer for this kind of books telling us that this is what we're going to get. And that's what's happening now in the Liberia cycle.
and
It's just
I
like that.
remember posting some. I remember posting something on Facebook, maybe yesterday or Sunday. I said the handwritings are clearly on the wall, or at least the handwritings are appearing.
Yeah.
Even a blind man can begin to see. But big things. Some big news came out, which I don't want us to dwell on. I guess you know what I'm talking about, and because it's a private thing and we don't want to talk about it. But the one that I would like to probably, I don't know if you want us to discuss, the one I would like to talk about is, and because this is big, this is uh, political interest, where the president of Liberia will reach out to Costa. And they have, according to Costa, they had a very fruitful discussions, and in fact, he referred to the call from the president as magnanimous, fantastic, very, very inspiring. Yes. What if the president had played such a call to Paul to play? Would have Paul taken that call?
Well, the thing is, I will take his call because the man outside down in London here with his soup in the same bowl. So it's somebody that
Wow.
I know. So when he called, definitely I will take his call. But remember too, some other play soccer with him, football with him. We know that we know our brother, his own cousin Diva that he have not spoken to for years. So this call that he plays to uh the talk show host and he make it out of something. I think that people need to have an open mind here to see what is the significance of that call.
Hmm.
My brother, the president, my good friend, is not somebody that forgive somebody easily that go on air every day abusing. And to place a call like that and it become something big, I think, look, few months ago, yeah, I can recall many Paco Dumont said something that the CPP had a plan agent, and that plan agent within the CPP were Benana Ure and his surrogates. And he further went on to say that Ure has secured contract from the government, and Terra Ure are going to be made ambassador. And Henry Costa was given some cash, and he was going to get his radio station back. So it just he did many Parker Dumont to us in January. We in March. Just we in March. So the script writer now told us that this going to happen. So the book is open now. We're reading what's in the book. So that means what Many Parker Dumont said has validated his argument that this guy had been sold out. So what's going to happen now to the people that he support? Are he going to starve them in the back? That's why I said the Julius Caesar now is coming to play. So it's interesting times in Liberia. So what become of his few followers that were going behind him because he was causing weir every day? Are they now going to support weir?
Well, you know, it becomes difficult to discuss, but I think when you listen to the guy, he was separating groups today. That he got, they got GMB followers, they got the Liberians that trust in him, that believe in him, they are his followers, and they got the Waka followers,
Yeah.
you know, and 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 so on. But the interesting thing is that, you know, like you rightly said, if the president had taken the phone and call you, you will answer
Oh
because, of
yes.
course, like we say in Liberia, you can't refuse the call, but refuse what's in the call or behind
Oh
the
yeah.
call. And
Mhm.
so all eyes are set on him to see whether he will receive the call. Or he will do what's in the call or not. And of course, the content of the call, it was edited and presented to us. When I mean edited,
Yeah.
he was the only people. They were the only two people that are on the call, right? And he came out to tell us what was in the call, so nobody
No,
can
he
verify.
said that what he said, he
Mm.
had a conversation with his friend Nathaniel McGee. They went way back. They've been
Oh.
talking. It was
Mm.
McGee who asked, when last you spoke to your friend, the president? He said, oh, the man
Mm.
blocked me. And after 20 minutes, the president called.
Oh.
So he's telling that I'm talking to McGill every day, but every day he calls McGill. He calls the president, but they are friends. They're going way back. So all the goodness now about McGee, about the president that he been abusing, it all now come to play that these people are very good people in the trick of eye like that. They are good people. They went way back. They were hanging out together. So all the good things coming out. My man, me and you can, we friends. We can have a political difference, but I will not go to the length of abusing you every day. I would not like the way you proceed. That means our ideology is different. But going to the length of abusing you every day and make people to follow me of abusing you, then all of a sudden my huge followers now are disappointed in me. You see what's going to happen here?
Yeah,
So
but
he decided,
let
listen
me
now,
let, let me
let
get
me
let
let
me
me
get
let
hold
me
you there,
get
Paul. You complete your
okay.
thought. Yeah, let me hold you there. The thing is, if you listen to the title of the issues that we are discussing tonight, is what political maneuverings, right?
Yeah, yes.
To maneuver, you can. It's like you mixing something up. You blend things. You take this one.
But that's
Conveniently, people would think that no, oil and flour cannot go together, or salt and flour cannot go together. But if you
right.
are crafty enough, you can mix them up and produce something. So probably the deal right here is uh, to make a Liberian, the Liberian people not to believe that we are in deal. Every time I come on the show, I'll be abusing you. I'll be saying bad words. Now, right there, the Liberian people will say, yes, the guy is working in our interest. So he
Mhm.
maneuvered the Liberian people right there. Then on the other side, he also maneuvering his victims indirectly because they
Yeah,
want to gain something. The thing starts from back. If you go back 2017, or clip of video that I have here, okay,
yeah.
where the man described JMB as what? A dead man
Man
walking.
walking.
And
Yeah,
this dead man walking, probably we need to play that thing where he said a dead man walking. And this dead man walking now, if you 2016, or 2017, okay, or let's say as early as 2016.
yeah,
So if you count 2016 up to 2022, that's about 6 years. So if this man was a dead man in 2016, I think by now you should be a rotting man.
yeah, yeah,
Okay. But this is a man now that you take him to be your candidate and you parading with him. And clearly today he said that he does not belong to anybody, to any political party. So
yeah,
anybody who would think about him, he will support who he wants, but nobody should think that he is their property. And this is a clear message to people who, and I read some interesting comments because if you go by few months, or yeah, few months. maybe in the space of 2 months, 3 months maximum in January or so. When Boaka went to America, all the group that someone with custard that were taking picture. Okay. I saw some of them posting, oh my man, so you going back to where? So we are a good man now, and blah blah blah. And so it's all about if you are not in their camp, then you are not good man. But when you get there, whether you cause them or you been killing them, or you'll be like you came my man, you came my part, I'll vote for
Yeah.
you, right? That's a syndrome. Okay, so that's what's happening. It's all about maneuvering, and the guy has been in contact with McGill and McGill and the rest of them do not have anything to. I mean, in Liberia, say cause can me so. He said that
Yeah.
because all they are getting my money, why you causing? I mean, getting money. So it's easy for them to go into that deal. That look, listen, every morning when I come, it's all about maneuvering. When I come home, I'll say, I'll ally, I'm pressing you. But this time now, Liberians, people who follow, people who believe that, oh yeah, this is a Messiah. The guy is delivering a message. We will follow him. They should be thinking right now, you know.
Well, the thing is, when you hear the propagandist saying that, oh, we will go for 12, then these are the people who don't doubt about it. Those are the Messiah that have been preaching, oh, that Musa ability and other temple with framework document, they came in as a pay agent to break out the CPP. The very people now today telling you, say, oh, I had a good conversation with my good friend went way back. So what does that tell you? That how they call it, deception in the highest level that you call political maneuver. This is what happening now. It's unfolding in front of our eyes. People are in Liberia, those who seems to say they have follower. This is why the country can change. Deception to the highest level, and that's what we noticing here now. So before we deep into this maneuvering, what become of his 1,000, 10,000, or 20,000, 100,000 followers that believe in so much that the reason why they saw Weah as the bad person, they follow him. Now he praising Weah as a good person. What become of them? Are they going to? Are those people too going to change to say, "Oh, say our Messiah have repented, so we all going to follow him"?
No, but you can look. I
What your
mean,
thought
look,
on
look,
this?
look at it this way: that the people believe in the God so much, they believe that he's their demigod. So wherever he sways, they will sway. And he says, "Stop!" It's like the commander at the head of the troop, commanding them. When he say forward march, everybody march because they honor command. When he says stop, everybody stop. So that's it. Probably his followers will also go wherever he goes.
So my question to you on this one, because we know the June 7th,
Mm-hmm.
there was a financial cash, as a financial envelope that took place,
Mm-hmm.
backhanded between three main actors within the so-called COP, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Yake Koluba did mention that why he left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And we all know it's glaring that Costa was the one, Mo Ali, and Darren Dillon. So those three, they always stick together. So is that mean that say Mo Ali, the Secretary General of UP, wherever Costa goes now, he's going to follow him? Is that the same with Darren Dillon because they're all in his pocket? Are they,
Well,
are they going to
well,
follow him?
that's a good question, but I think I think the Mo Ali would rather want to s- stick to his Unity Party. Number one, he's the Secretary General of the Unity Party, and secondly, I think the time Mo Ali and Costa were tag teaming, that was during the heydays of the COP. But then fast forward, Mo Ali took exit from the COP as Secretary General also because he had a bigger responsibility with the party. And so um, I think Mo Ali will rather want to, I mean, I'm just being me thinking, he would
Yes,
rather stick to the party because the party have greater things to offer him than the COP or than just following Costa Mele. But that question, the place I can tie up is that if Costa will continue to support the CU, I mean, or the Unity Party, of course, Mo Ali and all will flow with him. Now, Dara Dillon, he has problem with they have problem with the Aliwati Party, and I think Dara will be very careful to take a side with individual
but the
outside of
guy
his party.
doesn't have a party now.
Yeah,
They,
but I
they
mean,
broke
yeah,
most ability has spared them, so they doesn't have a party.
yeah, but they are saying that they also have a splinter group of the Unity Party, right?
It's not recognized by NEC. They don't
Yeah,
have a party.
yeah, they go hold it together and probably in the future
Okay,
register it.
register it. But
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we got 18 months left. So
No,
that process.
they really don't have to participate in the elections though, but
Yeah,
they
but
can register the party.
so they were supporting Joseph Newman Boyka, the former
Hmm.
vice president. So
Hmm.
are they going to go behind Costa? That's the question.
No, they were,
Remember,
yeah.
Mo Ali is still key stakeholder in the so-called COP. And remember too, these are the people that tied together that took Cummings to court. They're all part of this clique.
Yeah, but okay, wait.
So,
Let me
so,
understand your question.
so then
Are you asking? Yeah,
my question to
uh-huh,
you,
uh-huh,
Mo Ali, Darius
mhm,
Dillon, and
mhm,
Costa, those three
mhm,
people, they tie in one. They can move behind each other for what they
right.
did with June 7th.
Mhm.
So Costa now moving to George Weah. Are they going to follow him? Because remember, Darren Dillon was leading towards Cummings. When Costa started, Baba, he had to change gear. So are they going to, is he going to change gear to this time to follow Costa to support Weah? That's my question.
Well, like you rightly said, uh, Dara Dillon, as he stands politically, relating to their party, the Liberty Party, they do not belong to any party now because of that suspension and expulsion.
Thank you.
But but then in that case, they become free men, so they can lay anywhere they want to lay.
But they pledge their support for GMB. So that's what I'm
Oh
saying.
yeah,
You know, you
yeah.
talk about the
The
political
decision.
maneuver. You see the
Yeah, the
maneuver?
decision will
That's
be
what I'm
left with
saying.
them. Yeah, the
Yeah.
decision will be left with them to either support JMB. And let me tell you, any support that anybody, in the case of Darius Dillon and Nyomli and whoever, in no way they will be able to support somebody. They must see how governance that person is, how well grounded politically that person is. Okay, during because the time leading from now, the time leading to elections, okay, a very important time. So they will follow the development day by day, and they will want to see how things are unfolding before. So trust me, some of them they will be sitting on the fence, or other doing more support. And at the end of the day, don't be surprised that people will be calope. I would say,
But this is the point I'm making now. The reason what I'm saying, the reason why these three names are the three names together,
mhm,
these three names, they know what they did. It was based on what they did that they have followers, right?
mhm.
That the June 7th protest. Heron Costa became a hero because he organized the protest and Dara didn't embrace it. But then fast forward, they took catch. So their followers still believe that this guy, because that's why he wake up every morning and go after we are the bad behavior of this guy. He even at some point, if I can remember in times when he went on, he looking for some kind of president in Liberia to be like this Thomas Sankara, this kind of leader he looking for. He went over and over, became the preacher man of the thing, and he played on the intelligence of those his followers. They saw him as a credible person. Now he's somersaulting now, according to Money Parker Du Moine, that this guy had been bought. But in stage he's going to come up piece by piece. And his Money Parker said that in January, in March, Costa, the president called Maggie and he talking. By the time we reach July, Costa will have a radio station. He'll be in a good boat with the government because he's going to Liberia in July. By the time we get to August, he'll find fault on GMB. And then that is so, then the clock will turn around. So when the clock turn around with Darren Dillon and others that support GMB, will they follow their men that they are how they call it, partners in crime together, will they follow him? We need to look at that carefully. That's the maneuver when you talk about the political maneuvering. That's what I'm pointing at. These bad actors, we know where the game plans are, we know where all they're heading, and we just watch and see. You think the court case with Mr. Committee is a coincidence? So the script writing is all there. You muted. You muted. You muted.
Between now and let's say the end of April, there are few key things that I'm looking at, few key events, and few key precursors that I'm watching out for. And when I begin to see those unfold, when I begin to see that, what I'm thinking about, what I'm suspecting begin to happen, then I can take a stance. But it's too early. It's too early to just make any judgment now.
No,
And
it's not
and
making judgment. I said, what you were
no,
talking
no,
about the
I'm talking about myself.
yeah,
I'm talking
yeah.
about for me to make any conclusion. It's too early for me. But like I said, there are precursors that I'm looking for. Fast forward to the end of April, and things
Mhm.
that will happen. They will happen immediately. So you will begin to see signs. People say when the Christmas will be good, you'll see it from the eve.
That's
So we'll
right.
begin to watch out for things. But the same kind of question you're asking, related one. If I were to think about anything, I would start to think about Mr. Joseph Newman Boaka, former first president of the Republic of Liberia. In 2017, the very man we're talking about was on your neck, and later on he somersaulted and came back to support you.
Hmm.
After damaging you, he came back to support you in that election. And
Yeah.
trust me, people will not believe it. But some of what he said against the man, he may have lost few votes just because of that. Because nobody in his right mind will want to look at somebody that they call a dead man becoming president for his country. So people say, well, this man, I think he's not, especially when people believe in this guy. Whatever he says, they believe it. So some people say, no, but if this man's lady, then we can vote for him. So he may have lost some votes from that as a result of that particular statement. Okay, whatever be the case. Then you come back to present this man to the Liberian people. Okay. And then all of a sudden, the very person, the very president that this man is supposed to be contesting against,
Yeah.
then you and him having conversation. And the beginning thing is very smart. He said, oh, I called my old man yesterday, and right after the conversation, I told him what we said, and he welcomed me. And this is the maneuver we're talking about. He will come to the public, say different thing, or play on their mind, go to the old man, and I guess you told the old man all kinds of good things. Then you go to the president on the phone, and he say, so this is the maneuvering that we're talking about. You play tricks. Little tricks and shenanigans and thinking that you are smart and you know being around people. So my question is not really a question per se, but my thinking now, what I'm thinking about is what will happen to the old man, because if he has the boy has already convinced him to leave the CPP, right?
You
Now he's on
know,
his way. So if this is because the boy clearly said it that it doesn't belong to any political party, it's not the property of anybody. So today he can say, I'm not supporting you again. What will the Omer do? Will he reconsider his decision to come back to the CPP? And considering that the CPP right now as it stands will be restructured, probably adding few people to its bandwagon, and they might be on a different footing.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
The way I see this, I'm looking at it from the other side of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
If people, we get a lot of corny people in Liberia, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we don't mean
Everywhere
well.
for that matter.
Yeah, we don't mean well for Liberia. Most time we don't mean well. So the judgment of the former vice president have brought him this. And what do I mean? If somebody went behind you before, they brought you to the lowest level and you decided to say, oh, forgive them, but you cannot put that person forefront as your key spokesperson. That's mistake. Secondly, he had Uri, what Liberian boys to say, conjuring him. They conjure him completely by giving him this guy as the mouthpiece to go after his political opponent, who and he been friends for over 40 years. That's another mistake. He didn't call that to a stop. If you can remember when Barack Obama came to power, when he was running, he and John McGee
Yeah, John
and
McLean.
John McClain. Remember, John had this town hall meeting, and this racist woman came about say, "Oh, that man, he's a bad man. He's not an American." What McCain said, he stopped the woman and said, "No, no, no, no. I know this man. He's a very good man, and I won't have you talking to him like this." You remember? Omer Barker have sat there. This little man had been abusing his political opponent, the person he in the same party. One day he never came out to say, look, young man, stop it. We can play politics, but this guy is my friend. He's a good man. He never one day said that, right? Now, another incident I'll give you. Alva Togba and his friend wrote a book that it says something in that book. The little page that they talk about in that book, they all ran with it. That this Alva, he's this, he died, he down, playing women and all kind of shenanigans that came out of it, right? Alva resigned. This guy had a new picture came out. In any political arena, the person who had in that ticket would tell say, look, I will not have this sort of behavior in my camp. I will want you to kind of resign or disassociate yourself with that person. That did not happen. So look at Ekine. This open decision making is wrong, and these guys know, so they'll play on him and they will leave him in the cold water. That's what's going to happen to him. He's going to be left alone. And that's
I,
how
I,
I see it.
I will tell you one thing. It's good that the title of this show we're having tonight is called Political Maneuverings in Liberia. Who wins and who loses?
Yeah.
You see, I've always said it. Politics is interesting. In fact, we're going to listen to Manipake Dumoy because he always defines what politics is. Politics is interest, well calculated, and
Yeah.
resource fund. You see, it's like you doing your calculus, right? In fact, calculus too much. You doing your algebra. You finish finding your x and your y. Okay, you got a problem. You finish finding your x and your y because you will not just go solve that problem for nothing. You're looking for a result. So
Yeah.
before any decisions are taken in politics, the people who will take that decision, they would have already calculated, know the effects,
Yeah.
the pros and the cons, the advantages and the disadvantages,
That's right.
and all the kind of stuff. So the boy had already calculated his political game. The plan is that he will push the old man, he will catapult the old man to power, if possible. When the old man gets to power, considering the old man's health, then they will begin to pressure him from within. And you know, the old man can't say anything because now he's sitting down. And you know, I mean, the budget thing is smart.
But do you really think that they're even going to push in a goal?
No,
Look,
no,
look at this.
No, don't bring that up. Don't even
No,
ask me that
I just
question.
asking because look,
Yeah,
from the statement yesterday, I'm going to take you back. If it was Spoon yesterday, you could see the energy in their mix. This other guy who can speak English like myself, Ki Hassan, you could see the excitement because he had been briefed by his brother. This guy is on board. You could see Ki Hassan, welcome on board, my brother, welcome on board. The language, the body language telling you, you see, it's telling you that he's gone. They like it or not, he's gone. It just by the time we get to October, before October, that guy will find fault on somebody in the United Party to make it work out. He's gone. We shouldn't put salt and pepper around it. He's gone. He's gone.
Okay, allow me to learn. Allow me to learn. And the question where you asked me whether they will be able to catapult the women to the election, that's another issue.
Yeah.
But the grand plan from the original stage, where because here, I mean, we're talking about maneuvering, right? The guy has been making plans on hand with the government, but he had not seen fruitful results so far back then. So
no, I think you got it wrong. I think you need to listen to many Packers Demand said they had a deal. I think it's a $1.5 million deal.
Yeah, but listen, Paul.
Listen now,
he's talking about January. Many Packers made that statement January.
Yes, according to said.
For me, I'm thinking pre-January. I'm talking about the last year when did they brother start supporting GMB? That was 2021. No time.
That's what I'm saying. But then
same
2021.
So the negotiation. The point I'm making is that their negotiation at that time was still in the embryonic stage. They were still working on it. He had not seen any result. So then he had a plan B. And that plan B is to push the old man. Probably the one with the government on that work. Then the one with the old man saying quote unquote, he got it no more. That could work. And then when the old man gets to power, the old man, he said it on one of the shows that the old man will prepare him to take over 2029. But here's the thing. Here's where I have always had some concerns. Is that let's say they push the old man gets to power. First and foremost, the age is one factor. The ailing health is one factor, and then because they are puppeting the woman, right? They do everything because the woman said in one of the podcasts, in one of the show, he also said that the woman doesn't even have to go out. It's Alexander Cumming who is going all in West Point and sweating profusely and trying to talk to people, shaking and busting blacks and whatever. So the woman, he said, "Woman, you need to sit down home." And so the woman too feels comfortable. Oh yeah, I got my strong man, so I'll sit down home. So if the old man happens to win, if the old man happens, let's go extremely. If the old man happens to win, then you think who's going to actually control this government? It's this boy because he will be there. Remember, a long time ago from the founding stages of the CPP from 2019, they bought me one statement that the COP was still strong. He said the COP will have a stake in the CPP. The COP will not be sitting there, and people go behind closed and decide, come to them. And he pushed his way throughout until he infiltrated. So the plan here was push the woman to power. When the woman gets there, they start to pressure the woman from within, and the woman ailing health will not allow him to continue to actually withstand the pressure. So he might say, okay, I'm stepping down after 2 or 3 years or 4 years. Okay, that one phase. All the other phases, the woman will say, no, I think I just started eating. I got 6 years. After my 6 years, I got plans that I did not complete. I want to complete those plans. So I'll go my second term. And then there will be confusion. So they will and the woman, he's the president at that time, though. So you say, yes, I'll hold on to my power for 6 years and 12 years. That plan 2 or phase 2. Then phase 3 would be like, okay, the woman might agree and say, okay, I think the pressure is too much, so I will step down. Okay, and then what happened? Then the board becomes a dream, because he will be in the government, though. All I'm not saying, I'm talking, he want government job, he will be in the government. Okay, then the board will claim, Or the other one is, which is very extreme. I said it last time. They will maneuver the old man, because it's all about maneuvering. They will maneuver the old man and say, look, Papa, your health is not too good. Can't go to the hospital. Arrangements are being made at the hospital already. When the old man go there, goodbye. You know, I remember a long time, I think 2000 and...
Oh man, you making the thing sound so good. The way
Okay.
a United Party people listen to you now, they say, yeah, this guy already finished winning the thing. The man will not run. I will be done. He will not
How
run.
you know? How you know?
Well, now, the man who tell you that said now, the other guy, yeah, he keep going westward and be punching blocked. That's the guy crossing over now. So, sit down there. The guy crossing over to push the other man.
The man cross over. The man only have meeting.
My man.
I mean, you only have telephone conversation.
My man, I said body language can tell you. The phrases can tell you. I can't be abusing you every day. When me and you have a conversation, I will be careful in how I will explain this. Say, look, I had a conversation with my friend. We had a fruitful conversation. But the phrases that follow that conversation, it's just telling you that, oh yes, the bad guy today now is a good guy.
Yeah, but wait, Paul, let me play it. That was okay.
Yeah,
when the man called, they didn't force on the phone, so he had to praise him. He said the conversation was good.
Yeah. I had a chat with your president, was good, just to let my follower know. Finish. But the fact is that you praising him, the conversation.
Yeah, but that's what I said.
You don't know. Went way back. We used to hang out together. He called me my pikin. We used to do this as well. He knew all of this. So when you're causing him day and night, and this is your friend that was going wrong, that you could not call and say, my friend.
That they causing by concern, it hurting you?
No, you're not understanding the point.
I understand you, but me, I just want to ask you.
No. It got nothing to do with me.
Yeah, but the man who they call, that the man who telephone and call the man who causing him.
That is the political maneuver I'm talking about now. So, and this guy getting 1,000 people that follow him.
Mm-hmm.
So to sweeten his followers now, that the guy that calls every day, the man is not sorry to you. The man, I just used to call him, but my friend went way back. So in reality, he telling his friend, the followers now, that my friend here, we sat together, we ate together, we hang out together. So this is my good friend, he's got a good character. But 2 days ago, you're telling your follower that the man is so evil, the man he's gonna go on an operation, the man can't
let me ask you, let me hold you right there and ask you one question. You'll continue your explanation, but let me ask you a question here. Yeah. So then, the man have brainwashed his followers. Let's say he gets 10,000 followers, right?
Yeah.
And he had made the president to look so bad to his followers. And trust me, some of the followers will hate the president to the God. So he switches.
Yeah.
The same question you asked me before, I just trained it the other way to ask you. You think if he now make a U-turn and go to the president, you think he will take along with him all the 10,000 people who he had made to believe that the president is bad? Don't you think he himself will be losing supporters too? He is very mad.
Well, this is what you clearly said, political maneuver.
Mm-hmm.
They get some people in this war here that they just follow. No matter what you say, they just follow. They don't see wrong in when that person killing somebody will come and defend it to the highest level. You have those people. I will put it in the football context. Diego Maradona, the late Diego Maradona, the footballer. People worship him like God in Argentina. Diego was on drugs. His followers did not believe that he was taking drugs because they were so believing in him. You got people like that all around the world. And the Liberian case is no different. He will get his people that will follow him wherever he goes. Now, I'll bring this back. And he told the old man, say, sit down. You already finished winning the team because every poll they have in Liberia is you. The other men just chopping, going. That very followers that been telling them when they call radio station, they will follow this guy wherever he goes. So when I mean the old man on that run, because that his 10,000 followers now going to go behind we are. Some of them.
Okay.
Some of them, a huge number of them.
Yeah. Let's come back. Let's come back to the core between the fellow and the president. Okay. Now, it's not important, though, but I mean, politically, everything is feasible.
And it's
Okay.
calculated.
Yeah, calculator. Let's come back. Um, let's look at the pictures that show up the few times. And like you rightly said, he himself confessed or made it clear that the picture was picked up from CDC chat room or somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Before it's circulated on the internet. Fine. So, logically speaking, one would want to conclude that or hypothesize that this picture is the work of CDC. And they already said that the picture was what? Photoshopped. And one interesting thing, I read some comment that he put on his page where he was acting like pastor or acting like a victim. But I have yet to read anywhere or to hear anywhere, verbally or to read anywhere, where he denied that he is not the one in the picture. What he rather said on his show yesterday, Monday, was that, let me make a date correct. Yesterday, Monday, March 21, so that probably people will go on the video and they want to know what he did. On his show, he rather presented the incident to his followers to be like he's a victim, and of course, I mean, logically speaking, he's a victim because I know he didn't pull that picture of himself. Okay. Okay. And he didn't pull a picture of somebody else. So he's a victim right there. His picture was put. I mean, let's be frank, it could happen to me, it could happen to anybody. But and I had a short podcast yesterday afternoon. And guess what? Normally when I go my podcast and I get like 30 people, but yesterday my number was growing because what I was saying was making sense. Because the reason why people are running with this thing, I mean, I could put my whole nigga picture on the internet, people not care. But the reason why people are running with this thing is because he had built that foundation. He had laid the groundwork that this is necessary. It can happen to people. That's why they're doing it to him. Okay. And if you follow me, one of my posts is we should give him his fair share of what he has been giving other Liberians. That one of my posts, and this thing happened. Now, but I come back to the question I wanted to ask you, or the statement I wanted to make. Let's go back to the picture. Let's say the picture is the work of citizens.
Yeah.
Okay. Or let's say the picture is not, because first in fact his followers say the picture is the work of what? ANC people. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say the picture is my work, or whoever did the picture here. Why is it that the president had not called this man ever since 5 years after elections, and they have been on up and down? He have been causing the president. He have raised protests to bring down the president, to bring down his government. But only when the picture came out, and within the next 12 hours, the president was able to call him, and they had fruitful conversation. You see some of the maneuver I'm talking about. You see, because the picture actually was intended to bring down this guy. Yeah? And after that, let me tell you, they say Billy goes sweating, but you can't see the sweat because he get hair. The fella is touched. That's why he have been finding all small thing to downplay this thing. He popularized his talk telephone conversation with the president. He blew it out of proportion. The same way, if this picture, if somebody had brought a picture about Alexander Cummings, or in fact, not even Alexander Cummings is too big. Bring it from Moluba Yobo, or somebody close to Cummings.
Yeah.
Okay, what he'll do, he'll blow it out of proportion. Okay, but he was sitting here acting like a victim. Oh, people want to bring me down. The Lord will bless me. So the other people you can be bringing down, then you go, it's not even go me. So then, my question here is, why is it that the president had to call him there right after the picture surfaced? It's a lot of theories, conspiracy theories around this whole thing.
So it's a cool conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody may say they have a video on him, so the government decided to blackmail him. So if you don't do this, we will put a video out.
Yeah,
that could be one.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a conspiracy. Or If you don't join us, we'll put a video up. So now you have to walk on a chalk line.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the conspiracy is there. But then I go back again. Before the video came up, we were told that this guy already been sold out to the government. So when the president coming out this time, remember too when the video came up, the other guy that he used to go behind said the man criminal and man ate his money, his former lawyer Serena Silva.
Mm-hmm.
Serena Silva put out a statement that if anyone published that in Liberia, it's I think miscellaneous or something, they will go to
Yeah.
prison, blah blah. He was
Misdemeanor, I think.
so you see the way the thing going. The government now telling us no. The same government sees a radio station, the same government call him fugitive. He's no longer fugitive now.
No.
So, yeah, yes,
A
that's
free man.
he's a free man, and the president guarantee he's a free man. His best friend McGee, they went whereby they were eating kobo together. He's a free man. So all the bad actors, all of the blue, they are good people. Then they think so that conspiracy could be, yeah, we got something on you now, you forced to come back home, or we release the video. That could be the conspiracy. Or the president found this opportunity, say, oh, since the thing came out, let me just call him and break the ice. That could be another way.
Yeah, but I don't. Well, I mean, like I said, nobody listened to that conversation. So why he edited and brought to the public is what we would take.
Yeah.
Because he didn't. Yeah, he didn't mention anything. Whether they because I know the president is human being. All human beings got conscience. Well, even the crazy man get conscience. So if the president call him and this thing or a picture has just been released that looks like him, okay?
But it's him. Is
Yeah,
that
but
not
he did.
or it's him?
Yeah, but people say it was photoshopped. You
No.
know.
All right, listen, Linfa,
Mm,
I'm into IT. I've been doing it all my life.
mm,
Yeah.
mm,
The way you setting up, I can do a Photoshop and take my hair and put it on your hair.
yeah.
You get everything.
Mm,
But when I'm like this on the side, it's most difficult to do. I don't know how you call that person and to be exact. You can't be exact with that.
yeah.
You cannot be exact with that.
Yeah,
So
you in RT, there is something called deep fake, which is I think deeper than or maybe more than Photoshop, more Photoshop.
I said that it get more
Okay,
better than that thing.
let's extend the conversation now. Is it possible that I take portrait picture and Photoshop it and put my neck there and I look at Paul? But if Paul wants to find out from the identical picture that if it is him, is it possible in Photoshop that the Photoshop will tell you the difference between the two segments or sections of the photo? Let's say my hair, if you want to verify the picture, that is there anything in any app or any element in the Photoshop that will say, okay, this section that was poor or the other section was not poor or this section was added or something like that?
No, the thing is everybody builds such a way, right? So if you see some people like me are slim, so like you bigger than me. So if you are cut the head, you know there will be something, no matter how you try to polish it. And because what happened is you kind of cutting this bit here, right? And placing it on top of someone. And I can give you an example. There's a picture of Serena C for the remove a hair and put it on straight. You see how straight looking?
Yeah.
That you know that's Photoshop. But in a situation where you sleeping like this, you on your side, right? Consider your whole body proportion, and it's not that you get clothes on. In that you can zoom in, you'll see there's a cut in it. No matter how you try to polish it, there'll be also a line in that position. Because so you telling me you cutting the person hair like this bit to put it on that. That's what the picture seeing. It's not like you're sitting up, you lying flat. So you splitting this in Photoshop, that would be on the other side of the picture, it will not be accurate.
Yeah, okay. I think somebody here is backing you read that letter, read that post. It say it's Costa Linfo. So
That's it.
somebody's confirming it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So then let's play around this part where this photo came up less than 24 hours. The two arc rivals or the two nemesis became friends overnight. So, like you said, the best puzzles that anyone can build around that is to consider a you know or do or die or don't do die. You do it, you live, or you don't do it, you die. I
Yeah.
mean, when I talk about death, I'm not talking about physical death, but moral death, character death, character assassination, all kind of thing.
Because remember,
Uh-huh.
it's election time coming. If he a big critic of the government,
Mhm.
don't put your mouth on us. You can support your candidate, but when you go quiet, that's one. Or you join us. That's two. You understand? So they put you in a situation. If the government have something on you, they go for you. So now you have to come and be friendly. Or because you were paid already to move over to the government, this they took the opportunity to say, okay, since the situation happened, let's feel sorry and make it look like, oh, the president called to sympathize with him and this. So he trying to divert that issue from that particular picture that came out. So he gone all over the place.
Okay,
That could
let
be the
me let
case.
me let me make it sound this way again. That he sold his soul so that in the future, if everything we're discussing or we're thinking has some truth in it, he's been bought, or the people got some video for him. He doesn't agree to do what he want. They will pull it off, and that will bother him tremendously.
That's
So,
a
so
possibility.
what becomes of his voice in the future? Is he going to stay be vocal, or so?
Well,
Or probably he's going to switch now to the opposition to be fighting in the interest of the government. So what do you see in between here? I see Andre is very very uneasy now. She want
No, no. No, no, no comment. No
so
okay,
comment.
so all right. Linford,
okay.
But
So
the man had always been a sedition. That's why you people need to know. Once a
yeah,
sedition is always a sedition. Those people
thank you.
they eat George Weah, I don't know. They eat that thing. Once they eat that thing, no matter what, no matter where they go, they will come right back. I don't know where it's in that crew, man, where they come.
but you were in the CDC before, right?
Me,
Yeah, you supported CDC.
I went in CDC for mission, and my mission was accomplished.
During your mission, what did you observe?
One, I went to see for myself corruption and all of these things of people handling other people and things like that. Everything is truth. It is truth. There were people who were beaten, that were being beaten on a daily basis in the party headquarters. There
Hmm.
where they do their dubious activities. A young guy who I see now is still praising the government. That guy almost lost his life. So everything you see
Wow.
people say about CDC is true. The money that McGill then stole, it is true. The things that George Weah is doing, sexually harassing female employees, it is true. Everything you hear about sedition is true. That's what they do. When you go within their midst, and at that time when I was among them, I make sure I dealt with the high ranking sedition to know everything.
Okay. Yeah.
No, no, the thing here,
Mhm.
the guy is bought. He's a sedition, he gone back home. And
Mm-hmm.
only one person, the topic says political maneuver, who benefit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
George will benefit. Joseph Boyka become the loser.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the fact. We can take it to our Carlos Gray bank. Only his bank, nobody know whatever. That is the
But it's
fact.
it's it's a shame, Paul.
It's
It's a
the fact, yeah.
shame that this guy do not have respect for himself. You understand? With all of what we are and the sedition had done to him, they nearly killed him. They destroyed his so-called radio station,
Yeah.
did a whole lot of things to him. And they still it's like going back to eat your own shit.
Yeah,
Sorry to
yeah,
use
but
that
again,
word.
let's look at it this way, Antrigo and
Mm,
Paul. Let's look at it this way. So the guy say, okay, in the interior, when I was small, my uncle, my grandfather used to have a lot of chickens, and there were just little chicken, little bugs, some kind of a little grasshopper. Freedom, I
mm.
call it kakakulo. When the chicken touch it, can lay down, get it die.
Yeah.
Then the chicken will swallow it. When going down, the chicken through there, open your hand. And then every time we used to see a chicken that drew it, oh, and they will say, you're catching and kill it. So therefore, he said, well,
Mm.
send it people dreaming that I've been suffering. Let me get anything they say, let me get put my hand down. Then they give my radio because I wanted demands we were making today. He
Oh,
had one hour
wow.
conversation with the president. They talk about all the good things they're having according to him. He didn't ask for a radio station. That today now you were sitting on your show and asking for a radio station. That they
Oh,
should add that
wow.
one there. They say he free
Oh,
man, but they should
wow.
add that. They will pay. They will get a radio station back.
It has always been for their own personal interest. We continue to say it. And I'm just happy that things are getting to be clearer and clearer every
That's
day.
right.
The Liberian people is getting to know who is the real change, whether it's those that are behind Joseph Boakai or ANC or the ANC supporters. They are going to know the Belete man who he was sitting on his so-called show accusing that Belete is being sent by the ruling establishment to destroy the CPP. Now we are seeing who was being paid and who was being blackmailed in the background. It's because of a sex video and the things that the CDC had on him. That's why he did everything possible to destabilize the CPP, but still, at the end of the day, they still leak out his sex video and everything, and more to come. You
Do
can
you
come
do
on,
you
you
believe
come.
that this picture is the guy?
He is the one, of course. It is the same sedition people who are coming up hypocritical saying that they protecting. They are the same people who release the same thing. So
And you
you
think they did
cannot.
it they did it to silence him or to draw him into submission? We've
Yes,
been
to
discussing
join
that, but I just
this.
want to get your view.
That's a first threat to him, to show him that what they are going after, they mean it. The second one will be worse. That's why
So
you see,
So
immediately they send that one and the whole internet go blow. He can't even you there every now and then blackmailing people, saying all kind of dirty words against people, and you don't even have the heart to stand just one shot that they throw on you by putting your naked picture outside, you are shame, man, Costa. Every time you
you
on people,
know,
insult the people, the person at hope, the person at this, the person at that. We women, we are strong, we can stand it. But when we hit you, you will shake in your knobbed, and you
ah,
not shake.
until
mm,
the language and I
no.
was
I'm sure we
the
got to we
language,
got to we
my
got to refine
language.
our dictions.
you
Yeah.
you
So
will shake you will shake in your trouser. So the men always come on, say things about people, blackmail people, talk all kind of things. Look at the kind of things you did to Mr. Comey. Mr. Comey is a gay, Mr. Comey is a this, Mr. Comey is a that, and da. Just one shot, the seditions and throw at you. You
you know,
running to your vomit to
that's
cover
why.
up. They got a lot of things on him. That's why you see he going back. He got a lot of things on him. This is
Yeah,
just a first warning
Paul just
against
said
him.
it.
This
That it's a
is a
lot of things
first,
on him
yes, it's a
that he
first
doesn't want
warning
the people to
against
release,
him.
and so
Yes,
he
to
just
show,
gotta go into
yeah,
submission.
it's to show him that they mean business. That when he try it, they will leak all the one, and I will come after that will be more. So that's just it. It's clear. It's obvious that he's been under threat. The blackmailer have been blackmailed. So you see,
You see what happened uh when you are thief, you don't let for people to steal from you. It hurt you more than you stealing from somebody. And that is the truth.
yeah.
The people who can steal from people, the day somebody steal from them, is that the whole world not come to, and how can the person steal from me?
Yeah, because the guy knows the job well.
Exactly. So a blackmailer now have been blackmailed.
Yeah.
So he only showing face. He's just showing face.
No,
But
it touched him. It touched him.
So
Like
anything
a
will get him
baby.
angry now. He's trying to buy time. That buying time. If that video people keep talking about get into the wrong hands, he will vanish.
But it's gonna come out. Trust me. See
No,
this shit?
wait, that video. Let me tell you one thing about that video. I've asked people, I've reached out to people, and they said yes, the video is there. And I said, no, man, you guys can't be serious. Because how would this guy be video? They said the video is there. And how they got this guy, the story is very funny. I know half of the story. Okay.
Yeah, but forget about
no. I'm not even telling. Wait, but who am I to even talk about the story? But I'm only telling you, I know half of the story. Okay, they totally disown the guy, and that's why when you're doing something. Yesterday, I had a podcast. I don't know whether any of you all listen to that podcast. It's on my page. You can go there and listen to it. Some things I said to him yesterday. Let me tell you, you have created so many of your kind in Liberia. Okay, the fact that you said that you talk, you got people who follow you, so you brainwash those people
to imitate you. Yeah, all of the children have been imitated to being a liar, black.
And the guy had the audacity to say that you even want to be president. Number one, I told you, you are not qualified to be president. You may be outspoken, you may be smart, but you are not qualified to be president. Number one, you are very temperamental.
Smart. Yeah,
you are temperamental. Okay. You got problem with temper. I think you are mentally disabled somehow. Number two, you don't tolerate other people advice. You don't tolerate anybody's view. What you say is say. Okay, but I mean, enough of that craps. Tonight,
you should read some of the comments over there, Linford. Please read some of the comments, because while I was telling you about the photo things, see what one of the viewers have said. Yes.
Yeah, I saw it. He said yes. It is absolutely possible.
And Paul, who will see that kind of photo and say they're not custom?
A lot of people are denying.
Our country is so gullible that you're seeing the truth and you're saying no, it's not the truth. That is Custer. That is him. It is him.
No, I know.
They want to provoke the people who got it, the video to put it up. Because when they keep denying, say they're not Costa, the people who got a video, they will put the video on. So
no. They will not put it on because the people already got it, man. I mean, the drawing small, but yeah, I agree. In essence, let me tell you one thing. The guy had agreed that, okay, my people, I'm not put a video up. So I will come to you. But let me tell you, anybody who listened to the guy, anybody who listened to the guy when he first made his first pronouncement, then yesterday's show, if you listen to it and you listen to today's show, if you compare most of the things he said, if I were Joe Walker, I'll be packing my low. I'm telling you, living true. Because the guy is gone totally. The guy is gone totally, but it's going to be on a gradual level, gradually.
Linford, and this, what I'm going to say, I go back in January when Minnie Parker Domoy said that this guy had been bought and he's going to come up with something to pack Joseph Newman Barker in a plastic bag and just dash in the garbage. And what he's going to do, according to Minnie Parker, he will pick on one of Joseph Barker close covenant. He will pick on him. Just what they did with the CPP, that will happen. They say, oh, the man weak, and he walk out to give his support. So we get into that stage.
Wow.
Okay. I think let's go to Paul, you just reminded me. So let's go to Minnie Parker on his show today. For those of you who did not listen to
That
it,
one
sorry, we
is
cannot
shot in
give you the
Yeah, I
video,
January.
didn't listen
or
to
we
it.
gave you the audio. So let's see if we can get Many Packet Dumo here with us.
Or the other without being able to tie it into a broad narrative. And so under the Dumoy factor, you are able to make sense of the news. Henry Pedro Costa is not frustrated. I heard pundits on the Spoon Talk and other regular radio programs. They think this is Henry Costa being left out. This is part of a well thought out strategy. Remember, if you're a good follower of the Dumoy factor, you know that in politics there are no coincidences. And every move is well crafted, well scripted, and executed to obtain or to achieve a specific objective. Henry Pedro Costa was meant to do this months ago, to plan a situation that would justify his exit. Henry Pedro Costa is not frustrated. There is no way on earth that Pedro will pick up the phone and call Joseph Newman Boakai and explain to him that I'm having these anxieties. I'm having these anxieties about the way we're going. It's been a month since the party reached a decision to leave. Why is the Unity Party still there? This seems like a perfect private conversation. Why is he putting it out in the public? Because he's not talking to Boakai. He is talking to you. He is talking to the public. He wants a public justification for his exit. You see, Costa has received money. And his role, the negative role he played, manipulating the egos and aspirations of Joseph Newman Boakai to continuously deteriorate, the relationship between Boakai and Cummins, and to escalate the conflict within the CPP, and to try and cause a collapse of the CPP. He has been unable to achieve collapse, but they have achieved the exit of the ALP. As you know, the ALP is useless outside of the CPP. What is going to be Costa and Benona US politics? They are no longer stakeholders in the CPP process. They have played their last card. There's nothing for ALP to do. There is no.
Yeah.
Wow.
You muted, Linfa. Linfa, you muted.
You don't have a constituency that's sizable. You're useless. You can't be speaking as a financier of Joseph Newman Boakai, because UA has no plans of bankrolling anybody's presidential campaign. What then is the utility of the ALP and Henry Pedro Costa? That's one. There is genuine irrelevance and feeling of irrelevance, but Henry Costa is carefully using that backdrop to start to pave the way to exit the JMB 2023 presidential bid.
You can stop it there.
And also, I'm sure Costa is well informed that Joseph Newman Boakai is trying to sell out either to Cummins or to George Manawia.
Okay, so you see, he tied two things into one knob here. Costa is cracked, or he has been bought. In fact, from the opening statement, he said, "What Costa has received money."
And this was back in January when Money Parker said this.
Mm-hmm.
That was back in January, around the 15th of January. So just tell you.
Okay. So from January, we are in March, right?
Yeah.
And things are beginning to happen. Maneuverings are happening.
Yeah.
Then we see that Mr. Costa, let me address him well. Mr. Costa, the man who is supposed to be idiot, the Sanama swine, the stupid man, that we are, President of the Republic of Liberia, receive a call. And he was today justifying when he followed pressure him. He was justifying that the man is the president of Liberia. So he called me. I'm honored to take a phone.
Yeah.
Okay. The call was magnanimous. And all of this. So it's good that people can keep record. So you go back to what many package Jumwe said, that Costa knows that Boakai might either sell out. And the reason, many package Jumwe made one video where he said the only asset that Boakai actually have to his credit right now politically is what? The chairmanship of the Unity Party. For all of that, he got nothing. Because if you talk about votes, most of the voters are United Party members. So if Boakai is out, okay, he will not get a vote. He goes independent.
Yeah.
So if someone will go for convention, nobody knows why Boakai will say go. If he's out, he cannot carry even 10 people. Okay.
No, but the thing is, when you talk about political maneuver, they are still in a CPP. Now, interestingly, they're supposed to feed Kennedy in Lofa County for the May election. That's not going to happen because Musa Bedete and ANC going to challenge them in court. So they may not even feed. So the situation here is interesting. When you set the how they call it town truck or somebody, and that town truck come and catch you. You create all kind of shenanigans. That's what happening to them now. You see, they got
you said a trap or rat.
Yeah,
the trap catch snake.
Yeah, the trap called them. They set their own trap. So today the trap caught up with them. So that's where so the political maneuver in all this, these guys know. When you go back to some of our play, I said there's a lot of bad actors in Liberia. Now the playbook is unfolding. So the bad actors are waking up. There are so many of them. There are so many bad actors that don't want change in our country. And these bad actors will come say, oh, I want to see that Thomas Sakara. I want to see somebody that Paul Gigami. They are all actors. Look, if we want change in Liberia, let's put Cummings aside, let's put Barker aside, let's put all of them aside. Yeah, look through and see among these people who the best that we can bring change. But they're not waiting to do it. That means they don't want to come to the change. So if there are a group of people who will follow a 30-year-old boy, 65 or 90-year-old man called Pazawe in a place that child can be a grandson, following him, commanding him day and night. So what kind of Liberian we are? You cannot pull common sense together and say, wait a minute, their country been like this. Some of the young people, the kind of Liberia we saw, they have not seen that Liberia before.
No.
Even including the 37-year-old boy, he never saw that Liberia before. But because of his own greed, people follow him and he pretends to be like some kind of hero. He's a blackmailer. He never worked before. And you look at it critically. Any some person will say, well, what kind of Liberia do we want? That Liberia, when JFK was the research center in the whole West Africa, people were coming from Ghana and other places to go there for treatment. Today, you get malaria, you run to Ghana. Ghana, the people came to Liberia in droves. We're setting bread all over the place. So you say you want a better Liberia. Let's look among the Canadians and say, look, who the best at this time? Is we are the best? Let's put him there. If they want the best, let's put him there who want better Liberia. But these bad actors don't want no Liberia. This is where we are. You see? Any sound person, you fighting Costa, you think because he stood also he called for protest, that means he's hero? He's no hero. He's just a person that occur What they call
Con
it, mafia. That's just a con. And that's the reality. We have
And
to
here we are is no different. They have the
exactly.
same characteristic. They are dictator and they aggressive. They abuse women. They are womanizer. They drink a lot. They love for people to praise them and worship them. Yeah, they have the same characteristics. It's no different from them. That's Shete and Bo.
Andres, you
Well,
got your language, please.
uh, Andre, you know what we have as our guideline. So let's
Yeah,
keep it.
that labyrinth slang not no
Yeah, but
different from the
a lot
two.
of people see it, they're not only
Just,
Liberians. So.
just sorry,
But
guys. But we just on
let's
our
think about
Liberian.
let's think about wrapping up here
Yeah.
because we got like 9 minutes to go. But let me ask this question generally. What do you think will happen? For me, I let it look forward, right? I let it look forward
Mm,
beyond the horizon. Where you force the guy because you got something on the guy, you force him to agree to a lot of concessions. We just creating scenario here. You force the guy to say, "My man, the video get on your back." So you just
mm,
gotta do this. In fact, you start a process, the president will call you, then the guy say, okay. And you won't come from the guy how do? He say, okay, yeah, I'll do everything for you. But
mm,
I need certain thing to you. I need to do certain thing for me. Money power, no problem. The boss can waste money. They get a boy a radio station. They get him for us back. And then as things go on, he already got what he want. And then he begin to, misbehave. What you think will happen? You think they'll play the video or they'll go and take the radio station from you again? Or what they'll do?
Oh no,
he should be careful
if you
because
have video on somebody
Uh-huh.
because of blackmail, you blackmail the person too. That is mafia war.
Uh-huh.
mhm,
So the only way you can play that video unless you eliminate the person that have the video. That's how mafia operate. If you
Mm-hmm.
can't eliminate that person, they'll play the video. So they'll continue blackmailing you.
So that you'll be forced to continuously do their will.
Exactly.
Interesting.
mm.
Andre, what do you think?
I say he should be careful because
Why?
uh, first of all, he going back, they will never trust him
Yeah, but the
because they
president said the
have
man's a free man. He can go back.
because
No,
they
nobody,
have they
nobody
have
get anything against him.
something, and because they have something on him. If he tried to do anything after going back and want to run him off to think that he will expose them, they do the same thing they can do to the other people, poison him, put something facial in liquor for him, and he's gone.
Yeah, but if they can make the man totally lazy, and
You
anything is possible.
you know
Yeah.
what happened here? They have people that can sit down, feel hurt, and start thinking. And this is where the Unity Party people will come in. They
Hmm.
love their old man so much, they follow him. And this guy who became a loud person that been going after comments for the old man, for that
Mhm.
person now to turn around and start going behind this old man, telling bad things about the old man to support the president,
Mhm.
those people can become very dangerous.
Yeah.
So he found himself in a situation that he may not handle.
Mhm.
I'm
See,
talking for a common sense.
now you're coming to the question I asked you earlier on, whether all the people who he had brainwashed to look at the president to be a very bad president, then he turn around and go to the same president, and then even will even be encouraging his people to vote against the old man. So you think all the people will be able to go, or you see some people say no, maybe I can't go there because in every situation you will always have somebody who will protest, somebody who will be on the opposite side.
Yeah. So that's a dangerous territory he playing out. I mean, to be honest, it's a dangerous territory, no doubt about it. Because what happened, you play on the people, you play with their future, you get a lot of people that follow you, they gave you money, you never worked before, they pump
Yeah.
you for all those people
Mhm.
now start being betrayed because they follow you because they don't
They
want to
believe
see
in
the
him.
way we
Yeah.
are proceeding. Then all of a
Mhm.
sudden now you take side with we are and they feel
And
down.
praising
Yeah.
him.
And
Can
But
you
again,
imagine?
let me put it this way. Some people, some of your followers will be seen. They will say, they may will not put all with there. So let us stay with him. It will all perish, will perish. Because I follow his show today. Some people say, we love you. We love you. Anything you do, we die with you. So you know, they got, like you said earlier on, Paul, they got people like this. But our time is fast spent. Let's read it last comment here. Let me see what it says. Um, it says here, you are describing other people's character and you are using this type of language. What make you different from those people you are characterizing here? Well, let me tell you one thing. Look, I'm sure the person is making reference to
To
And
me, yeah,
to
yeah.
Andre. But
Actually,
let me
answer,
just
yeah.
put it this way:
Mm,
there is no bad word that can justify another bad word, and there is no good that can justify another good, because
mm.
no two goods are equal, and no two bads are equal. Say I slap Paul, then Paul kick me. It not equal. I slap or Paul kick me, or he punch me, my tick or I just slap me, he punch me, my tick or. So the thing about it is that it's not about comparing whether the person is better than the other person. Evil is evil, bad is bad. So
Mm,
I mean, we got a rule here that will go back, and we already told our panelists that that's against the rule, and I think she understands because she knows the rule. She got a copy of the rule. She reads it all the time. So I mean, just to address your concern, you poster. I mean, you have a point, but the thing here is, it's not about justifying. So you can't tell me that because she said something, so the other people are right to say, okay. So it's not like she's paying by, or the other people got to pay by, or she want to get even. No, I mean, anybody can cross the mark. I mean, me too. Sometimes if I'm doing my personal show, I can cross the mark. If anybody
mm.
comes on my post and my show and try to do nothing, I can deal with you right away, relatively, and you get out. So anybody can cross the mark. But the thing is that no good or no bad can justify the other. So I don't know if there is anything else you guys want to also talk about. The time is fast spent. We got like 3 minutes.
Yeah, the thing is, we bless God for this day
Mm-hmm.
because God is making us to live to see the downfall of our enemies, the enemies of Liberia. So we bless God for this day. And we know that there's going to be more to come. We're going to see the sheep from the goats. So, yeah, Liberia deserves better. And I always say that it's either we get it right now or never. Yeah.
Okay.
So right now it is a battle for better Liberia because those that have kept this country into darkness from ages, they are still fighting. Their children are still around. They still want to keep our people suppressed. ABC is the way out, my people. Liberian people, you're seeing it. ABC is the only way out. He is different among every one of them. This is why they are fighting him. And by the grace of God, God will continue to expose them so that you, the Liberian people, can see the truth that yes, indeed, He is the real change that we have been waiting for.
Oh, I think the poster doesn't understand easily, but I will not be here to waste my time on you. If I claim that it is not about comparing, then why is she comparing Costa to President Weah?
That's Costa supporter
Yeah,
and
no,
don't
Jawi,
waste your time
whoever
on
he is. The thing here is, I just told you that no bad will justify another bad. No good will justify another good. You give me one pot of candy, or like one pot of grumpy, I eat it. Then you come to my house, you eat a whole bowl of rice. So the two of us are doing good, right? But does one outweigh the other one? No, we are just doing good, and this is what I can afford.
all
So
laughing. Live for that old man. He know
So
all
it's
the
not, yeah,
parables
it's
and
not
all
about
the
comparing, okay? But
for
again, I don't need to to explain to you, Mr. Poster. You are at liberty to write
it's
what you want
called
to write.
so
Yeah.
I see the same person is still commenting. You cannot compare Costa to President Weah. What is said about Weah? Anyway, I don't blame you people because Costa have already sold out his integrity to Weah. So that's it. I'm not even talking about Costa because he's of no relevance to us here. And we don't care about him. We are not supporters of Costa. We have always been here telling you people that Costa is not what he say he is. He's just like do what I say, but don't do what I do. And little by little, his evil deeds in the dark is coming to light. So we are not Costa supporter, and we are here to stand up for a better Liberia. We want a better Liberia that is going to be equal for every Liberians, equal opportunity. Everything is going to be distributed equally. We don't want this system of suppression, injustice, where our children are being raped, our women are being raped, insulted, and abused, and we see it as a normal thing. This is what
Okay.
we are fighting for.
Paul, your final take, because we're stepping over our time.
You know, as the political situation,
Your life.
as the political situation is coming closer, we see a lot of activity, people moving here and there. Men moving, women moving, children moving, everybody moving. Liberia is a society. Look, we come out of Liberia, the Liberia remain in us. Even when we live in a diaspora, we don't analyze things. We follow. And following people with nothing behind it lead us to bad Liberia. So what kind of Liberia do we want? As we go closer to 2023, it's now people supposed to realize the kind of Liberia they want. We have a certain government that building properties upon properties. They even build house for their dead mother that they were living in Zin house. And they still advocating for those people to be in office. What kind of Liberia do we want?
Yeah.
Do we want another Liberia that people were there that brought a civil war, they became president? Today, Liberia still Liberia. What kind of Liberia do we want? Are we looking outside the boundary of those people? Are we looking at Taiwan? Are we looking at Congress? Are we looking at Dr. Kiase? There are other people. What sort of Liberia do we want? Are we listening to these people? What kind of ideas they coming with to better Liberia? Why are we still living in the past? Why is it up to today's date our people in Monrovia, the capital, still sitting over Do River to go do number 2, 21st century Liberia? The 21st century Liberia people still can't afford common pill, the paracetamol. What kind of Liberia do we want? People need to think and start following people. They need to go beyond that. What sort of Liberia do we want? And people, 2-year-old boys should not come to them, lie to them, and confuse them and follow that person. Then they get frustrated. We need a better Liberia. This is about time we want better change in Liberia. I will just leave it like that for the next show.
Okay. Thanks, guys, for watching. And this viewer, sorry, the app cannot allow me to, the post around the app cannot allow me to see your name, but I guess
It's called James.
James. Okay. I think it's my friend. It's the James Coe, or I don't know. But whoever. The fact that the person knows me well or knows my name, that's it. But like I said, it's good that we have you here, all of you that follow us. We hope that you can share the video, and next time you do join us, it's going to be on Friday, 8 o'clock Central European time. That's 7 o'clock GMT, Liberia time. I think in the US, it will be like around between 1 and 2. I don't know exactly the time. But you can make it a habit to join us and contribute. You can also call us. You can leave comments on the show if you go to watch us on the bottom line. And we'll be very much glad that you participated. And next time we'll be here, will be on Friday. And we will be coming up with some interesting things. And like Paul said, we are moving gradually to the elections time, and we expect every minute of the day that something will happen, either positively or negatively. And so whatever happens, we'll be able to bring you the information. Thanks, Antrick, and thanks, Paul, for being there tonight. And to our viewers, we say thanks a lot. This is how we like to leave you.
Joining us.
And have a good night.
Thank you to Lynn for the show.